Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. With the pre-orders now available for the fantastic new Black Templars box, I thought it would be a good time to talk about another exciting little release that we have seen for them that should be coming out very soon, and that is the Black Templars Combat Patrol box. Now, I think a few people thought, myself included, that the Combat Patrol box may well just be a repackaged version of the big release box that is available for pre-order now, and of course not including the codex, much like the Sisters of Battle got with their big box. But it does seem that we were mistaken. The Combat Patrol box for the Black Templars is its own similar but still very different and unique set of models, and in my opinion it's actually really quite a fun, useful little box for the Crusading Sons. So as you can see on your screen, the box set seems to have the new Marshal and Crusader squad, including the Initiates, the Neophytes and the Sword Brethren leading them, much like the new big box has, but they have swapped out the Redemptor Dreadnought and the Emperor's Champion for an Impulsor and for a 5-man Intercessor squad instead. And I have to say, I do think this is a pretty decent trade-off. If you are a Black Templars player, you're honestly going to be picking up the new big box anyway, so you'll be getting your Emperor's Champion from that, and you don't really need two of them unless you wanted to convert one up for another unit or maybe a unique sort of Marshal. So it would have been a bit odd to have had him in a Combat Patrol box, which presumably GW are hoping that people might buy, you know, 2 or even 3 of them. So swapping him out for a 5-man Intercessor squad is, I mean, yeah, it's a tad boring, I'll admit, but it does get you a nice extra troops choice, and I think overall is probably a bit better from an army perspective than just another HQ unit and just another Emperor's Champion model. I think personally it would have been better if they had managed to put in something like Assault Intercessors rather than regular Intercessors to fit in with the melee focus of the Black Templars a bit more, but I mean, it is what it is, and on the other side of things, change from a Redemptor to an Impulsor is a really fantastic one in my opinion. It's a really great move because as a Black Templars player, getting your forces up the board is so important. So being able to, you know, chuck your Marshal and then maybe some Sword Brethren or some Blade Guard veterans or even just some Intercessors into that Impulsor and get them that huge movement to get them up the board will really give them a lot more punch, literally, on the battlefield. So in my opinion, the change to the Impulsor from the Redemptor Dreadnought is a really fantastic one. From a price perspective, as usual, I think we can expect this to be around the £85 mark, and if we use some rough guidelines for the units that are in this box, we come to £45 for the Impulsor, about 22 odd pounds for the named character, and then if we treat the Crusade squad as a regular Intercessor squad, although personally I wouldn't be surprised if they were a bit more, honestly, that still comes to £35 for them, and then around £17.50 for the half squad of Intercessors you also get. And that brings us to a grand total of £119.50, so you're still making a saving of around 34 odd pounds, but on top of that, if you look at the picture of the Combat Patrol, on the Impulsor you can clearly see some bling and detailing that looks like it comes from the brand new Black Templars upgrade sprue. So if this Combat Patrol comes with one of those new sprues, which I do think is likely, that's probably going to be around another £15 based on some of the other Primaris upgrade sprues. So that gives you a grand total of potentially 50 odd pounds of saving. So essentially you are getting the Impulsor totally free or getting the Marshal and the 5 Intercessors completely free. And I mean, that is a pretty decent little saving on the box. Like the others, it comes to around 35% saving over regular retail value, so you are getting a pretty damn good deal, like you are with most of the other Combat Patrols. But I do think that in terms of the content as well, with the new units in the Crusader squad and the Marshal, this is still one of the better Combat Patrols because you can easily get a couple of them, and then maybe aside from selling the Marshal, everything else you're going to be happy with at least 1 and maybe even 2 or 3. Like, no Black Templar army is going to be at a loss by having 2 Crusader squads or 3 Crusader squads or, you know, 2 or 3 Impulsors to help you get up the board. So you can very easily and very happily buy a couple of these boxes and still feel like you're putting together a good solid Black Templars army. So I think overall I'm really pleased with this box actually. I think it's got a great deal of character, and they made some, in my opinion, really good changes from the main big box in getting rid of the Emperor's Champion and the Redemptor Dreadnought and then replacing them with the Impulsor and the 5-man Intercessor squad. It's going to be very useful for you to get this combat patrol and also the main box as well. But getting this combat patrol will really help you to grow your crusade and get your army bigger and bigger as you start to kind of develop your force and, you know, get more points to add to it. But what do you think of this combat patrol? Do you like it, or would you have rather kept the Dreadnought and the Emperor's Champion like the main big box? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.